Hey, what are you doing? I'm looking for Andie. What? She ran away? No, she's in here. Doesn't look like it could hold that much. There you are. I found you. Why were you hiding in there? Oh, all right, I'm gonna need some water. Oh my gosh. Can you see that thing? The 2020 Mercedes-Benz GLB 250. Woo! And this particular spec, I think, is perfect for dogs. So if you're a pet lover out there, looking for a little extra space and have some money to spend, this might be for you. Now this GLB slats between the GLA and the GLC. Boop, right there. Now we haven't yet done the GLA, but the GLC we did do, so you can definitely check that out. But I think the reason why I am so attracted to this is because it reminds me of an old GLC formerly known as the GLK. Do I have any GLK lovers out there? I love that thing. So this, it's like a modern take of a GLK with some GLS love splattered on it. Now in actuality, this is based off of the Mercedes-Benz B-Class, which we don't get in America. So instead we get this, and oh yeah, you pull off that boxy look real good. The headlights are just the right size. Mercedes grille and front, it's not intrusive looking. It's toned down, but still looks real good. And even though it has a tall roof line, the rest of the rear is pretty similar to the other GL designs, especially with the taillights. But that's just the outside. Let's talk about why this might be one of the best spec'd GLBs, especially if you have a dog that rides in the rear. First of all, because it's technically based off of a car platform, it's lower, and that means it's super easy for Andie to get in. But the big win in here, this was designed to have 3 rows, but this particular model doesn't have that $850 option, which makes back here perfect. Since there's no 3rd row, the cargo space area is flat and has no odd gaps. That means you get the benefit of a smallish SUV, but the space of something that was originally designed to accommodate 3 rows. And to pair off this great rear space, well, the ceilings, they're upright, not sloped. So I know that Andie has good head space. The 2nd row is a 40-20-40, and the best part, they still squeezed in a pano moonroof, although that is a $1,500 option. Now, if you feel like you need more space, you can always get the Mercedes-Benz roof box. We are a big fan of using a roof box anyway to give Andie some extra space in this rear. Now, when it comes to this interior, fun textures and materials in here, and I love the way the center display goes right into the instrument cluster. Overall, very clean, and it has MB UX. You can talk to Mercedes, and she's always ready to help out. Hey Mercedes!
How may I help you?
Help me find a dog store in Orlando, Florida.
Here are several grocery stores that may provide dog food in Orlando, Florida.
Where can I find a dog park in Virginia Beach, Virginia?
Here are several dog parks in Virginia Beach, Virginia.
Interior lighting package in here, you can pick from a plethora of color options, 64, or do a multicolor animation. You can have all sorts of fun in here. Plus, it's easy to set up Apple CarPlay, Android Auto, and your phone and cord have a spot right here, although I might spend the additional $200 for the wireless charger. Now for you touch lovers, you got a touch screen, but this touchpad down here, woo, it works so fast, holy smokes. And look at this huge palm rest, wrapped in leather to match those seats. And cool cup holders too. Pop! That totally fits a nice size coffee mug. And I gotta say, the door bins, great size too. And these air vents, not only do they look good, but they are so fun to twist and turn. However, given that this is a smaller SUV, you are not gonna have rear climate control. And the vents right here, they're like baby size. Why couldn't they be big like the front? Sorry, Andy, we're gonna have to start this thing up and really blast the air. But the positive, when the seats are down, they're nowhere close to blocking these vents. Shoop! Right back to you, girl. Now, I do have to say, it got a little bit warm the other day, 70 degrees, and this leather, it got hot. Now, there's no ventilated seats in this one, although it's definitely an option and it would go right there. Heated seats are $580 combined for both. It's $1,030, which means that's an additional $450 to get the ventilated. But the leather in here, I gotta say, feels really durable. This textured brown, which is also a $450 upgrade. And based on how this feels, I think it might even be more resistant to tears and paw punctures. So if your dog is a seat rider, that's gonna be good. Now, before we actually go on a ride, there's a few interesting things I just wanna point out real quick. For one, this guy, the shifter stalk. Kind of reminds me of a different kind of stalk. Feels a little flimsy, like I could snap it in half. Beefier would be better, but at least it's up here and not down there. You cannot plop these seats down from the rear. You gotta go around and pull on the tabs. Gotcha! Smartest armrest design ever. You don't have to get your elbow stuck in a cup holder because those babies are right here. Boop. Is that what I think it is? 115 volt household outlet? Second row seats are on a track. You can slide them forward and back, and when fully forward, the leg room is still pretty good. Look at that. And they also recline. Now keep in mind, when the seat is fully forward, you are going to be left with a gap in the back, and you don't want your dog's leg getting stuck in that. So just be careful. Lights on the passenger and driver side door, so at nighttime, people that are passing might know that your door is open, but none on the rear. So if your kids are getting out of the back, whoop, well, there goes that. So this is Mercedes 2-liter inline-4 turbo engine. It makes 221 horsepower and 258 pound-feet of torque. Not crazy numbers, but this is mated with a dual clutch transmission, so it actually feels pretty good. And you can pick between a front-wheel drive version or this one, which has 4Matic all-wheel drive for a $2,000 upgrade. And if you look down here at the dynamic button, you got some driving modes: sport, comfort, eco, off-road. But to be honest with you, we've mostly been in comfort. Right, Andy? Now, something that I really appreciate, the buttons are not random or strangely placed. They're right here, perfectly displayed. And do they feel nice too? The navigation system in here will blow your socks off, which we got to test out for the first time way back when we did the GLE. Now, I usually use Waze, but this is the one vehicle, boop, I would stick to this one. The augmented reality, I mean, if you have trouble following directions and a GPS, I think you're gonna love it in here.
Now turn right.
Personally, out of the German brands, I think it's the nicest and easiest to use right now. Plus, this has the parking assistance package, surround view system, dedicated camera button. Parking lines are very helpful. Plus, it allows you to see as you drive forward at slow speeds. It also has a blind spot monitor on the window, however, $550. I feel like that should be included. What do you think, Andy? And just like all Mercedes, you can really option this thing out. It really depends on how much you want to spend. I mean, if I didn't have a budget, I would go with the AMG line night package. Woo, that thing looks good. But then again, at the Frankfurt Auto Show, they did debut a GLB 35 AMG. I think it might be the perfect match between this kind of cute look with a more performance feel. You're gonna have to pay for it, but I am personally excited about that one. But when it comes to Andie, her top 5 doggo features are: 1, big enough space to fit this large dog bed in the rear without having to get all squished. 2, a little extra underfloor storage. We got to put those sticks somewhere. 3, the bright light you get back here from that pano moonroof. 4, easy entry. And 5, this extremely comfortable ride. Andie felt very planted. Big thanks to Mercedes for letting us lab test this 2020 GLB. Oh, Andie, is this lab approved? Yep, of course it's lab approved. Don't forget to subscribe, click the bell, follow Andie on Instagram to see pictures of this all week, and we will see you next time. Bye.